So all goals 42, Hemel Stags 28 lead, the perfect send-off for yourself.
Yeah, it was a good performance as well. I know we talked about it last week, just getting the win to finish off nicely together, but I thought the performance was decent today as well. We played some really nice stuff and a couple of the tries were really good. So definitely a pleasing way to finish, and like I sort of said, the lads have had a really good attitude from day one of pre-season really, and it just so happened that the 17 we had out today actually did the full pre-season with us, which for a Southern club to go through a full season and still have a 17 that began the pre-season off, I think is a fair big effort. And again, a lot's been talked about what a couple of the other clubs have done in this division, and I think it were fitting that we won today, shall we say.
The 17 today, Lee, average age I think I counted 21, possibly 22, and just it's positive, isn't it, that you show faith in players so young to the game. Yes, they make mistakes as they showed today, but they're learning all the time, aren't they?
Yeah, they are, and that's what young players do. They need to just play. You know, I can have to speak from past experience, and I'm coming through myself as a young lad, and some coaches will put you in and get you straight back out of there for fear of either losing their own job or you losing games. Others will play you through it. And, you know, obviously there isn't pressure on us. There hasn't been much pressure on me regarding where we needed to finish in the league table. But there's obviously pressure from within. You do want to win games still. So it would have been easy to panic and bring loan players in and short-term fixes, or allow people to just turn up for matches and things like that. But we haven't, and certainly this year we've backed our own ability and backed the attitude of the lads. And I think some boys there have really benefited from it. They've managed to play more games than what they probably would have at other places, and they'll be better for that. They will have learnt a lot, and I'm a firm believer of playing through your mistakes. Obviously, if you're making the same ones over and over again, then obviously you do change it then. But I think with young lads, you are going to make mistakes, and the only way you find out is by just keep playing and playing through them. So again, some of these boys will have futures in the game now because they've managed to play through these mistakes, and I think they will have learned a lot over the last year or two.
Really impossible job, I thought, today, picking a man of the match, because every one of the 17 they contributed, didn't they? They really stuck in, and that first 15 minutes we were throwing the ball around, and they showed a lot of mental character, I think, because from being 18-0 up and everything going well, things slipped, didn't they? But there was no signs of panic and no signs. They just all dug in, and that must please you immensely.
Yeah, I think again we've said it a lot about our fitness, and we do believe that we are fitter than a lot of the other teams we play against. And as the game wears on, if it is close, we will always back ourselves to win it or stay in there. I think you're right. We did play really well in the first 15 just by doing the simple things right. And I thought Benstead were good today. Probably his best game for us. And where we were finishing our sets was different today. We were finishing a lot in the corners, which is something that we haven't been able to do in many games. But we did that today, and it gave us a good benchmark then from where Hemel was starting their sets off. But we knew if we just got a bit of air in the ball and passed it around a little bit earlier than what we have been doing, we knew we'd cause them problems, and a lot of the tries did come from that, by getting the ball wide nice and early. And again, some really pleasing scores in there. But I don't think Hemel, Hemel came to play, to be fair. They never crumbled at any point. They came to win as well. So we did have to work hard for it. Like you say, when you got back to 18-16, maybe they were on the front foot, but we just kicked on again. And I think we thoroughly deserved the final score.
Of course, your last game, and it seems a long time ago since I first interviewed you, Lee, and it's been a great 3 years, hasn't it? Not just for yourself, but for the club. The club have done really well.
Yeah, obviously it was always going to be a challenge, and I knew that when I took the job. But I've stuck to what I think is right and how I feel things should be done, and I've stayed strong with that. Under pressure at times, and it would have been easy to go a different direction with things, but I'm glad that I stuck it out and the club backed me on that. And like we've just spoken about before, that's meant that a lot of young lads and a lot of young lads that live in this area as well and are also born and bred in this area have managed to get games because of the decisions that we've made together. But yeah, there's some big highlights, lows as every coach has and every team has, but probably more highs than lows. And the lads the lads will they're having a night out next week, and then we'll have a get together on the 30th of September, and we'll finish it off nicely there. But definitely good to finish with a win today, obviously, and I think it'll settle in over the next few weeks or so. Just you know how well and what we've done over these last 3 years.
Is there a standout game or moment from these last 3 years, Lee? I mean, we've had some belting wins, especially this season. The Keighley and Workington ones probably stand out for me. But what about yourself?
Yeah, those are good. I think you're always the ones where you win it in the last minute or two are always ones that you remember, and because you forget the rest of the game, you just remember how you feel in the last minute. So I think there was a Newcastle one maybe a couple of years back where we pipped them right towards the end here. There was the Crusaders comeback, obviously, but on performance and probably shocks where we shouldn't have been anywhere near. You're looking at the Keighley ones this year and the Workington one away. To turn that round a week after we went up there and to win that game, obviously. I think we switched that game as well. I think it was going to be a home game. We switched it to up there. So to actually go there and win that game as well was a bit unbelievable, really, from what we'd done the week previous. So, I mean, when you look back, I think any win against the Northern teams are big. You know, with the player pool that they have and the player pool we have, and especially how we do things to then come up with wins against them is obviously big highlights. But I think it'll settle in after a few weeks. You know, when I don't have to make the journey down for a few weeks, and then I'll probably look back and think of some of these wins that we've had together. And I wish everyone all the best. I've met some good people and some of the staff behind the scenes, some of the volunteers. I'll definitely keep in touch with, and I hope some of the lads really kick on in their careers and maybe our paths will cross again.